Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be painting on floor tile samples because why not? So let's get into the video. So I had 4 of these samples, and in the beginning I was planning on painting on all of them, but I didn't end up having time to do them, so I did 2. I did one on camera and then I do show one in the end on a clip. But so for my ideas for these little tiles, I wanted to do something very simple to start because I wasn't quite sure this was going to work. It didn't really. So I decided to draw this little cat creature. This cat creature was created in one of my older videos. I was just sketching with my pencil and I drew this little girl, and that was the pose was kind of like she was holding something, so I drew her holding this teddy. So I wanted this teddy to seem almost very lively, very happy kind of creature. I know teddies don't move, but to make it more interesting. So I sketched around to try and see some poses that this teddy might potentially be in. This video was supposed to go out on Sunday, but I did record it, did edit it, and when it saved it got corrupted, and I didn't realise. I tried to upload it and I thought it was the Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi wasn't working as well, but I thought it was only the Wi-Fi problem, so I tried to upload it again on Monday. It didn't work. So I'm doing this again, so hopefully this will be out by tonight. I'm not quite sure. Obviously you'll be watching this when it's out, so it'll be fine. Also, these shots were supposed to be aesthetic. They didn't end up being aesthetic because while I did wash that water tub like yesterday, it's all crusty and disgusting, so no. So I'm filling in the sketches with watercolour, as you can see, just because that is the medium I enjoy working in the most. Obviously watercolour is not going to work on these tiles. Acrylic barely did because they are supposed to be waterproof, so you can clean them easily. So it was a bit of a struggle. But I'll tell you about that later. So while obviously this character has already been created, so I already knew roughly the colour scheme. But here was the problem. I wanted to really simplify this so it wasn't too hard, so I didn't have to have like 4 or 5 different colours because I used that. But also there was a problem that the pose I liked the best had overlapping body parts. So I was trying to see how much I could get away with just having 2 colours without it looking too Christmassy, first of all, because that's the problem. Sorry, I'm filming this at 6 in the morning. Yeah, I think it looks very Christmassy still, but like I'm just gonna pretend it doesn't, so I can still be happy with this thing that I don't know what to do with, and I'll probably end up just giving to someone else or something. I don't know. What do you do with the floor tiling sample? Yeah, so I went around trying to pick up. Oh, sorry. Just an unintelligible string of thoughts. Shh, wind. I left my window open. It's so windy. That's a bit annoying. So I finally think I settled on painting it mostly red and very small parts of green to try and reduce the Christmassy look. But I still had the problem that I kept forgetting to put in the tail. I did remember to put it in the final thing, so that's good. So then I went on to sketch some other ideas I was maybe doing. And here's where I make the mistake, which is really annoying. So I make this little candle because I like history and get like historical dresses and things like that. So I was like, I'll do a candle, and for that candle I chose a cream coloured background. Like, oh my gosh, I could have chosen a black coloured background. I mean, I think I still have a black coloured background, so I could do it again, but still. I chose a cream coloured background when it could be black and like dark and nighty, and it would just look so cool. But no. Also, I had a lot of struggles with that candle thing, the candle holder part specifically. So on the same note of like kind of like historical clothing and dresses, I hate dresses to be honest, but I really like historical clothing. I also really like sewing, so I wanted to have something sewing related to one of these, but it was quite complicated an idea. I never ended up doing it. I also love reading, just in case you didn't know. So I wanted to have books. Oh, apparently I've put in these files backwards. Oh well, you can watch the painting part first and the sketching part after. I really am not changing that. I just don't want to. So for my book idea, I want to have a pile of books and then maybe snow on top, just because I like winter and because snow is amazing. But I thought that like having like a literal pile of snow would either look just really stupid or it would look a bit like slime or something. It just wasn't working. So I just did like cartoon little balls kind of things, like cartoon balls to signify that the snow is falling, you know? Yeah. And then I did quite a few sketches for the sewing one. This was my first one. It looks more like books, to be honest, or maybe towels in a factory. It really does not look like fabric. And then scissors. I wasn't sure how to draw the fabric simply and make it not look really silly and weird, and so you can tell what it is. So I just decided to maybe put in the tools instead. So that was probably the best decision I could have made. It still looks a bit silly. I also wanted to just see how my final cat design would have looked in square kind of format. But we all know how it turns out because I put the files in backwards. Oh, yay. Ooh, lovely. So again, I was trying to do some nice aesthetic shots of me painting in the acrylic, and this is when I realised the idea is not going to work because these solar tiles are supposed to be water resistant. That's the whole selling point of these tiles. Yeah, that means the acrylic's gonna wipe off and scratch off so easily. So I put on a really thick layer of paint, like really thick, so I didn't have to take like 3 years to do it. And then put a gloss coat and a protective coating on top of it, and I had to do that for every layer. so the layers didn't get scratched off. So I decided not to film those parts because I thought that was going to be incredibly boring. No one would want to watch that. Also, this is when I remembered I had again forgotten the tail. Like, what is me and forgetting tails? But there's me putting more pink paint onto already very crusty pink palette and more paint. I think paint looks quite aesthetic, to be honest. It's like wet and glossy. It's quite strange. But yeah, I always like love the shots when you see other YouTubers when other YouTubers are actually being aesthetic with the paint, like Maria Elizabeth especially. Just all the paint. So I need lessons from one of the aesthetic YouTubers because oh my gosh, this looks terrible, and the camera's shaking as well, just to make it even worse. Yeah, one of my favorites, kind of more aesthetic looking YouTubers is definitely Bernadette Banner, just because, like, oh my gosh, those shots, and her sewing's amazing, and her knowledge is great as well. Oh, and I'm back to sketching again. I'm not quite sure why. What order is this? Are the shots done it? I have no clue what I was thinking. But I don't have time to change that now, and that would also mean that I would have to change the audio because I was talking about it. If I had just kept on talking, then maybe I would have changed the files around and fiddled with it, but I really don't feel like doing that. So I'm not going to. So here I was trying to figure out which panels I would use for each file, and there I decide, oh look, I'm doing a candle, I'll do it in cream. You can see, so yeah, that didn't work at all because it's a candle, it probably should be in the dark. So I finished the candle off camera, as I said, and I decided to put on the little details of the cat on camera. And then I was finished, basically. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Wait, there's more footage of this cat. But please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye!